Hey everybody. I'm going to be doing a mid-November group reading for everybody. Just wait for some people to come on. Hey friends, thank you for joining me. Perfect. Thank you everybody. Now, bear with me everyone because it's my first time on YouTube, so I'm going to be working as I go. So bear with me. Thank you. Hey Mariana. Whoa. Cards already going bananas. So I was thinking for this group reading, considering Mercury retrograde and all sorts of craziness that has been going on, and the full moon that just passed, and everybody is feeling a little bit out of sorts, I thought I would do a full moon reading. Hey there. I thought I would do a full moon reading and kind of see what has been up for everybody's energies. I thought I would do a full moon reading. Hey there. I thought I would do a full moon reading and kind of see what has been up for everybody's energies after the full moon, and how can we manage moving forward. Okay, how's that sound? And for anybody who has never seen me do a live readings are general, okay? So what that means at the end of the day is not all messages are going to resonate for everybody, so please take what resonates, do not take what does not resonate, okay? Because every message can be unique to the individual, okay? So, full moon energies and post full moon. What do we need to know in our best good? And let's talk about our journey. Where are we now? Where are we going? And what do we need to know on our way? Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Well, perfect. I got it right here already going on. Tree and grounding. Okay. So that's exactly where we're at right now in terms of, oh, let's do a light here. Help a little bit better. That way I can show you my cards as well. So where are we starting from in terms of these post full moon type energies? Tree and grounding, most definitely tree and grounding. And that's definitely going to be the flavor here, because when we're looking at this post full moon and the retrograde and everything like that, it's all of these energies being stirred up, right? It's things that aren't working for us and all of our triggers being pushed up to the surface. So what do we naturally need to do in order to calm things down? We need to ground ourselves. We need to, if we can, considering November weather and how horrible it is, you're not going to necessarily go out there and maybe put your feet in the snow, but if you want to, fantastic. Do it, okay? But at the end of the day, tree and grounding is going to help you really remember who are you, where are you at, and what is your focus right now? Because if we don't have our feet firmly planted on the ground, how are we going to be able to manage these kind of tremors and turmoil kind of things coming up for us, all right? So what's getting in the way of us being able to really calm ourselves down? I mean, we kind of know the answer already, right? Everything going on with retrograde and all sorts of craziness in our ascension, but river and movement, definitely. Bingo. So this makes perfect sense for me, because even with all of these energies changing and stuff like that, what's happening? What is the whole point of all of this? The whole point is to go in a better direction, okay? A lot of us have been stuck in our old ways, stuck in old patterns, stuck in relationships that weren't working, stuck in jobs that weren't working. Maybe you're even stuck in a house that isn't working for you, too big, too small, too many cooks in the kitchen, right? River and movement is the universe's way of trying to say to you, it's time for you to see what's around the corner. What is waiting for you on the other side? And if you take a look at this card, all beautiful things are around this corner, right? The sun is shining. We don't know what it looks like, and that's what makes it scary, right? Lots of times when we're not sure what's going on, it's scary to move forward and really kind of take that leap of faith, right? But clearly, there's things waiting for us around the corner. There's no other exits here in this river, all right? That means what you are being guided away from, you are supposed to be guided away from. In fact, you are being guided to something in specific, okay? So don't be afraid to trust and let go, because if you sit here stuck in the river, you're never going to go anywhere. But if you fight the current trying to swim upstream, you're going to exhaust yourself and you're going to get nowhere. So what do? Boom. You let go, right? You let go and you flow. And then you are naturally going to go with more ease to where you're supposed to be instead of struggling to stay in the same position. Does that make sense so far? You let me know. Okay. So what do we have to consider here? Okay. Where do we kind of need to have our mindset for the next little while in order to get us through all of this turmoil, okay? And to help us move on the river and to go down forward and go downstream to see what is waiting for us in our best good. Where's our mind got to be? Where's the mind got to be? Here. Definitely. Autumn equinox and release. And isn't that kind of where we're coming from? Absolutely. Gotta let it go. I just finished saying that. We gotta let it go. Go with the flow. Let the river take you where you want to go. And why? Autumn equinox, the whole point of fall is to get rid of the things that aren't working for renewal. If you think about the medicine wheel, we're in the west direction of the medicine wheel, and I've talked about this before. This is the shedding part, shedding the things that aren't working for us, right? And this is exactly where we're at in the calendar year as well. So it makes perfect sense for this to show up on what mindset we need to be in, okay? So what happens after fall, though, where we're going into right now? Winter. And when we're thinking about winter, the whole point of winter is about rejuvenation and preparation, right? Think about a bear. She hibernates in the winter. Why? She's storing and she's also actually growing babies in her belly, right? And you can't do that without adequate rest and rejuvenation. Also think about a garden bed in the winter time. It looks like the trees and the gardens aren't doing anything, but in fact, they're doing the most important job. They're renewing themselves underneath the ground in the soil. That way the soil is prepared for the roots and for the seeds. Because if you don't have nice soil, you're not going to get bountiful seeds and you're not going to get a good crop, right? So it is truly time to let it go. You have to be prepared in the mind to let it go, because if you don't, you're going to go through another cycle of the same stuff, and you're going to have seeds that are planted and you're not going to get the fruits of your labor that you want, right? So consider where you're at right now in the west direction. Have you already got what you wanted? If you haven't gotten what you've wanted from the actions and situations and the relationships you're in now, then maybe it's time to change that pattern and change that direction so that you can get what you want in the next cycle around. Is this making sense, friends? Okay, so what about some strengths? What can we capitalize, right? What have you got going on that you can use to help you get through all of it? Boom. Definitely. Cave and sanctuary. That's really interesting, but I see it happening, okay? Cave and sanctuary. You're coming back to yourself. You're spending time with yourself. You're doing the things that you want to do. You're keeping the fires burning at home because, yes, you can't just give up everything that you want to do, but at the end of the day, it's time to focus on you. It's time to have some solitude, and it's time to really look at what do you want to do to make yourself calm, and how do you want to focus? This is also about creativity. So if you are feeling like you need to take up art or whatever kind of thing is going to float your boat, yoga, what have you, friends, you need to do it, okay? Because it's going to help you get through. All right, where are we coming from? The energy, whoa, okay. Two things just jumped out right away. Wow, okay. Forest and breath and dawn and new beginnings. These two both came out for me in the near past. So what this means for me, you wouldn't think that new beginnings belong in the past, but in fact, in this case, they do. Awesome. I'm glad it makes sense, Mariana. Thank you. The reason why this makes sense is we've been going through a lot of changes, and I bet you a lot of the personal situations you guys have been looking at in the last little while, you thought you put some things to bed. If you joined me on my last live video on Instagram, we just talked about this a couple days ago, and it was about items that we had thought that we had gotten over and we put to rest, returning, okay? And we're like, damn, where is this stuff coming from? I already did the work on this. Well, you did. You were calm, clear for you, but then everything resurfaced. New beginnings, right? Again, another card that's showing you this light is really going to glare, so I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get to see the cards as best as I can, but these cards are very similar. In fact, if you pay attention, this card here, River and Movement, it's kind of like the card that's up Dawn and New Beginnings is kind of like the card that is downriver from River and Movement. It looks similar about what's in this background here, right? this is what you're going for. It's interesting. Repeated patterns, right? All right. So if we commit to keeping our feet on the ground, with letting go, going with the flow, allowing things that are gone to be gone and stay gone, and focusing on ourselves in our own inner sanctuary, what are the energies that we're going to call to ourselves? Wow. Boom. 2 of them coming out. Fairies and earth magic and love and compassion. And this makes so much sense to me, because what happens when we ground our energies and we connect our energies into the earth and become calm? We naturally connect with earth magic. We naturally connect with the creator and Gaia. And what happens? The fairies show up, right? Beautiful elementals that are representing the light and the light and the energies of Mother Gaia. So my friends, this is beautiful energy to capitalize on. And love and compromise and compassion, hands extending towards each other to compromise, it means that there's going to be understandings in your relationships and in your personal situations and environments in the near future. If you can ground yourself and let yourself go in the flow direction that the universe is trying to take you. You know what I mean? Okay, wow, cards are already jumping. Okay, let's take a look. What are we going to look at next here? All right. Whoa. Okay. What do we need to do? Yes. What do you need to do about all of this? Action steps. Green Man and Synergy. You're starting to see everything come together, right? You're starting to see things kind of flow, right? You're starting to see the numbers. You're starting to see things all click and connect and sync up. Then if you notice it, you connect it, then you got to flow. Okay, you got to just go with it and start to trust. It's time to trust these signals, these signs, these numbers, all of these things that are resonating with you. They're resonating for a reason. Okay, so move forward. Let that stuff go and allow yourself to be guided, because clearly you are being guided. Okay, all right. What do we need to be aware of? Anything that we need to be aware of that we're not aware of right now? Any kind of advice, kind of warnings, anything like that? What do we need to look at here to keep ourselves all balanced and going in the right direction? What do we need? This is what we need here. Whale and breach. Okay, it's about perspective, okay? Understand we're on a big journey here, right? And letting go is difficult. What this means is you really have to commit. You have to commit, and it also means that you're not going to get instant gratification, okay? It's not like you're going to wake up the next morning and suddenly all your problems are gone and washed away, right? So with the whale and breach, it's really kind of about putting yourself in a different type of environment and allowing yourself to really be comfortable in that environment, okay? Definitely something here. And I think it's really, really important with regards to where we're going here. We know what to expect, because if we don't expect too much of ourselves, and if we know that we're going to have to kind of go the distance and put in the time, then we know that it's like we're pacing ourselves. We don't have to be too anxious that we're not seeing instant results, because we know this is going to be a journey. And I know it sounds very cliche to say it, but at the end of the day, it is about the journey, not the destination, right? So if you're committed to the journey, you're going to be able to go the distance without carrying the weights, okay? All right. Okay, hopes and fears. Ooh, stuff is jumping. Hopes and fears. Still making sense for you, Mariana? Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Hopes and fears. Here. Yeah, ancestors and generations. Okay, couple of things show up for this card where I'm concerned. Ancestors and generations, number one, means all of the people around you, not only just necessarily family, but close friends, anyone that you would consider close to you. With you making all these changes in yourself and moving forward with certain things and leaving things behind, you might be judged. You might be wondering what this means for me, and am I going to now be not welcome in certain circles? Or now with these changes coming on with people that are close to me and that support me, am I going to be comfortable with this? It's going to rock your boat a little bit and make you feel like, ooh, I don't know if these are steps that I should take, because I don't want to lose my support system, or I don't want to lose those who are closest around me. But you have to consider, if you are following your dreams and your hopes and all the synchronicities that it's working for you to push you in a way that's going to help you evolve, if others aren't going to stand by your side and support you in this way, then you have to look at who is really supporting you, okay? And it's not about disconnecting and kicking family out, but it's about controlling your experiences in the moment. You don't have to let others who maybe judge you or don't approve of your choices, you don't have to allow that information to make you feel sad and upset. It is their choice to feel that way. It's their chemical reaction in their brain that's saying, ooh, I don't like that, and that makes me uncomfortable. So what? Doesn't have to make you uncomfortable. Just because someone else is intimidated doesn't mean you need to be intimidated. You're already comfortable doing your groove, right? You got it going on. So keep doing your thing. All right? The other thing with this, I also think that this talks a lot about repeated patterns. And we talked about this even with Forest and Dawn and New Beginnings, right? Things that we had thought we had put to bed are resurfacing again. Ancestors and generations has a lot to do with, let's just say, our lessons of karma that we need to learn over lifetimes and all of this, because it's very true that the lessons that we don't learn are just going to come back and visit us again in a different way, and more than likely a more painful way. So we have to look at our hopes and fears and making sure that we're not repeating the same mistakes that we've repeated before, and that we're learning it from it this time. That way we don't repeat the exact same situation, right? And you see it in families all the time. Someone doesn't heal properly, and then certain things are just kind of carried down through family, all right? You're absolutely able to break the karma. So do it. You know what feels right for you and what's right for you, even if others haven't made that decision in the past. It's irrelevant to you, okay? All right. So if we do all this, what's going to happen? What are we going to see? What's going to happen? All these frustrations, all this discomfort? What's it all for? What are we going towards? What are we going towards? Yeah, I love it. Rainbow and blessings. Isn't that exactly what we want here? The whole point is to move forward, to let the stuff go forward so we can live in happiness, so we can live in our own blessings. That's right. Because at the end of the day, if we're not doing this work to make ourselves happy, what are we doing it for? This makes me so happy. So happy. You know, the cards don't lie. They don't lie. You know, and when you set the intention to ask the question, man, the information shows up, and I think it's so right. So right. Okay, my friend. So that was the group reading. So for anybody who watches the replay, you're going to be fantastically happy with that information. I certainly hope anyways. And I'm going to start taking questions. So if you have a question that you want to ask, just type it in the box, and I am more than happy to answer. Cards are speaking tonight. Let me see. What else? What else? What other information is coming? This rainbow and blessings. This rainbow and blessings. Hey, I have an idea. Let's talk about the blessings coming forward, these rainbows and blessings. What is the theme of our next chapter going to be? If you don't have a question, I'm happy to keep going. Ooh. What's the theme of our next chapter going to be? And how do we walk forward and fully embrace these blessings? Whoa, did you see that? I don't know if you saw that, but that just went pew, like that. Whoa. Coming into power. And that's the same thing as rainbow and blessings, right? We're finding ourselves, we're finding our feet, and we're finding the path that we're supposed to be on individually. Not the collective path, not that everything that everybody else is doing or the safe path. Your path of power. What's right for you? That's amazing, okay? I step into my power boldly and confidently. Damn right, right? Because that's what we're doing all this work for, so we can be ourselves and stand on our own 2 feet and be like, no, I'm doing it. I got this, and I'm doing it my way. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love it. Okay. So let's see. Whoa, actually. Dog. Okay. Dog medicine is jumping up for me as well here as part of one of the themes here that we're going to look at for our new journeys. So when we think about dog medicine, we're really looking at family loyalty, right? I mean, they're one of the distant relatives of our wolf, right? So they do have the instincts of the wolf, but they're also a lot more family-oriented, loyal, protective, all of that stuff, okay? So this also means that you're going to be setting loyal foundations for yourself. New friendships are going to change. Some of the people that we've maybe put out of our lives because they weren't serving us, now there's space for more loving individuals who are more loyal, respectful, and who want to have fun, right? Nothing that's all down in the dumps, because so many people right now are so dreary because of all of the things going on, and they don't know how to manage their own emotions, so it's all heavy, right? Go have a nice game, right? Go play. All right, so let's see. Let's just kind of see. We already know what energies we're coming from. Oh, yeah, and they just jump right out of the deck as well. Six of Wands, coming home after either a battle or having a victory. Exactly what it feels like right now. It feels like a battle or a victory that we're just coming out of, right? But things have been rough for the last little while. Okay, what else is going on? Definitely loving the validation of where we're coming from there. Oh, okay, okay. Where are the energies at right now? Yeah, okay. Ten of Swords in reverse. So what does this mean? This means the battle's over, like overkill. We're done. And that's definitely a lot of the feelings based on some of the things we're leaving behind, right? We're done. And this beautiful yellow stripe here represents the sunrise of a new day coming after the battle. But this came up reversed. So it's all done, my friends. All done. But you also have to, as a reminder, you have to remember these patterns that are in the back. Your mind might still go there. Your memories are going to go there, and it can definitely spark your emotions again, right? Because memories can spark emotion. Just don't forget that if things are over, they're over for a reason. You don't need to revisit it. You have to remind yourself that I let go for a reason and revisit the let go. Okay? All right. Oopsies. Let's not do that. Let's talk about current energies right now. Current energies right now. Current energies. Okay. Nice. Knight of Wands. So we're feeling, so when we're considering after our big move here and after the, after we've been over the hump, let's just say, and we're moving into the come into our power, right? Knight of Wands. Moving forward, feeling fancy and excited and kind of have so much enthusiasm and like passion for what your ideas are moving forward. And that's what happens when you let go of heaviness, right? Definitely. Okay. I'm going to pull these last couple cards and then I'll see your question. Okay. All right. How do you work on hearing guides? Okay. Let's do that, my friend. What's going to happen after we take this bold enthusiasm? What's going to happen? Yep. The High Priestess. So you've got plans. You've got spiritual plans, in fact. So it's funny that you asked that question because this represents going in and kind of using your intuition and all of your psychic powers, right? So, Mariana, High Priestess showing up for you, girl. Definitely. Okay. So we know that's going to come, and clearly that's resonating with you because you wouldn't be asking about your skills. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen after we connect with our skills moving forward with all our enthusiasm after letting go of stuff that we don't need? What are we going to call to ourselves? What are we going to call? Ooh, yeah. Yepers. Justice. All things are going to be made fair, my friends. I love it. Balance. It's like the, whoa, did you see that? Okay. And Four of Pentacles. So looking at the situation, it very well might have been that whatever situation you're coming from and some of the things we're letting go might have had to do with the idea that you've been holding tight to house and home and money and your finances and making sure that you are secure in yourself and your family. So with it coming in reverse now with Justice, it's showing that all things are going to be made fair. There's going to be more balance in your household. You're not going to have to worry so much about the finances and all that stuff. That doesn't mean you're never going to have to worry about money. It just means that some of those problems are in the past and you're moving on into stable waters, which was the whole point of doing the things we were doing, right? Okay, so having trouble with your guides and even with your own readings and during meditation, how do you work on hearing them again? Okay, so what I would suggest, actually, if you want to do stuff like that, I would really suggest that you work on meditation, okay? And certainly if you're trying to connect with your guides and your angels and that you've been doing it, then clearly you've probably been practicing some meditation. But I think if you haven't created a spiritual place for yourself where you are, let's just say, you know, it's like a learning space or a calm space. Like for me personally, I have a meditation space that I'll go into where, you know, there's a big tree in the middle of a field and I'm connecting with white light and I have guides that will come and visit me in this space. Now, sounds like you have more than one guide. So ask them specifically to come to you one by one. And if you don't have names, however you identify with them, what you do is you ask them to come one by one and re-solidify this information with them. So for example, create like a you could do it a couple ways. You can call them in individually, and you can kind of put like a spotlight down on them and reconnect with them visually. What are the things that you connect with? What does their hair look like? Are they even human, right? It might be animal, it could be angelic. So look at the physical description of what makes sense to you. Re-solidify your connections. What are the eyes? Are the eyes shaped like this or like this? Are they brown? Are they blue? Are they totally different? Go back into the details. And while you're going back into the details, connect with your emotions and your feelings and connect. How does this make me feel? And don't forget to ask some questions. So, for example, asking what their name is. Even if you know you have a name, have them give you the name again. How does it come across to you? Does it come in sound? Does it come in feeling? Does it come in writing, in your visuals? And then ask them, remind me of your purpose. Are you here for a short time, or are you here for my whole life? And what are you tasked to help me with right now? And if you try to revisit these items one by one with each of your guides, you're going to get the answers that you need. And then call on them in the same way and go through the same purpose until you, like the same process, until you feel like you've really got them next to you and that you feel like that energetic connection click in. Something else that you can do as well, a different strategy, you can picture yourself like as if go into meditation and picture yourself in just a dark room, maybe with a candle in the middle of the dark room, or maybe a table with a candle or something nice, right? A nice, comfortable, dark area or dim area for you. And picture like you can see, and if this is scary imagery for you, then don't do it, okay? But picture kind of like shadows, and like you can see like a silhouette or outline of like maybe 3 of your guides, and then ask for a spotlight to be put down on one of your guides that is here to remind you of something or to give you a specific message. And when the spotlight goes down on them, go through that same process. What do they look like? What do they feel like? What is their name? Do they speak? Do they have a sound? What is that like? How do they communicate with me? Okay? Just re-solidify all those little connections there, and it's going to help rebuild those foundations. And when you're not sure of the messages coming through, then ask and say, show me in another way, because I don't understand this message. Okay? If it's coming to you in sight and you don't understand what they're trying to give you, ask for them to give you a feeling instead. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that helps. And let's see if there's any angelic messages specifically for Mariana. Any angelic messages? Especially because she's been thinking of you. Wow. Ooh, okay. Romance angels are helping you with this situation. Certainly maybe not with your psychic development per se, okay? But clearly we're not talking about psychic development if we're talking about romance angels, right? No. The other part here, the person that you're asking about is trustworthy. Isn't that interesting that those 2 cards come up together? That makes sense for you? Okay, my friend. Let's see. Hang on, we got one more message here. We got another message. All right. What do the healing angels have to say? Okay. God box. I have seen this come up so much lately, okay? And this can really go for anybody at this point. God box. Okay? It's a releasing tactic. So, write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. And isn't this really a lot about what we were talking about today? So many things that we're being guided to let go of right now and go around that corner, and when things revisit to, no, remember, I need to put this down and put it away. This is a tool to help us do that. Awesome. The last card reading that you did for yourself, you were asking if the person was trustworthy. Well, there you go, my friend. It's all coming out. And I love the cards because, like I said, they don't lie. Anyhow, my friend, thank you so much for joining me for the group reading and for asking some questions. And I hope to do it again very, very soon. Namaste.